Hello, everyone, and thanks again for coming out to another meeting of the new launching of our new software. I want to welcome everyone back, and also for new people, thanks for coming and listen to what we got to say. So let's go ahead and get started here. All right, so for the ones of you who are new, my name is Quandra Lee, and I'm going to give you some updates and some learning experiences here with our new software that we want to come out with. For those who've come to the meeting before, when I gave you a reason why we should change to Bantu, I'll give you a little briefing for the people who are new as to what Bantu is all about. All right, so Bantu is a new innovative operating system used here, or we want to use here at Taters Incorporation. All right, well, so when you think of a new software or something new, period, when it comes to a company, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Of course, training. Okay, so without proper training of this new launch, it could be very detrimental to the success of our company. We want something new to also be able to transition to something very smooth. And so without proper training, it's hard to actually put those things into tests. All right, so a couple objectives here that I have for you guys today. One, we want to make this conversion, this transition seamless. So by doing that, it's going to minimize productivity losses at a top. um, Next, what we want to do is we want to implement training. We definitely want to make sure that our users, our employees, they have the proper training that they need. Next is a timeline as to how this training begins and ends. We definitely want to construct something that's going to lay out a map as to how long, when, where, and these trainings are going to take place, so that way this transition goes back to our number one objective: seamless. Next, and last but not least, we want to make sure that this helps our users do their job efficiently, accurately, and securely. That's our number one priority here, is our users, the people we work and see with every day. If we don't know how to use this system to its best ability, then how can we expect any of our other users to use it, or for us to be able to continue to keep this company up on the high and rising? So, why less confusion is better? Well, I'm going to tell you. Bantu is something where we are presenting to our employees and staff that is supposed to be more helpful, and it makes our lives working here at Taters Incorporation effortless when it comes to our everyday workload. So the better the training, the better the outcome will be. We want to take into consideration the number of people that's being trained. Taking into consideration the number of people will also help us in that realistic time frame that we need to get everyone on the same level. And take into consideration that not everyone here in our company is on the same learning levels. So that's something to take into consideration too. So when we put on a time frame of what this training is going to look like, we want to take into consideration the number of people, and making sure that that timeline incorporates people who are not as advanced as some when it comes to technology and new features. So here's our timeline. All right, let's take a look. So let's plan UBANTU launch. Okay, so we have our IT department, we have our executive management, we have our employees, and we also have new employees. Now, before I start this, I want to take into consideration that taking part that we will have new employees is very important. Although the transition for them would be easier, we want to make sure that we include this because it is important. We hire people, we see new people every day. So we want to make sure that we include them in this new transition that we're about to do. So with our IT department, the yellow as you see here in each division that I have blocked off: IT, executive, employees, and new employees. Well, that's the real deal. And the real deal means everything here that you see combined together, the orange and the red, that's the real deal. That's the training and that's the emails. And I'm going to get into emails here in a second. But everyone, as you can see, goes out to that 6-month planning period as the real deal. So that means that we're projecting in 6 months, everyone will be ready for the real deal of the UBANTU launching, okay? So next to the IT department, we have training sessions. Now, if you notice that IT and employees have a lengthier training session than we do with, let's say, executive management and new employees. Okay. And the reason why that is because our IT department is our foundation. So they have to make sure, we have to make sure that we're making sure that our software is up to date. We're making sure that we have the sustainable equipment that we need for this new software. We want to make sure and test it to make sure that it works. That's number one, right? And the last but not least, we also want to make sure that it's secure. Okay, here at Taters, we're not just talking about, IT business here. We're talking about a company. And what's bigger than our assets? We want to make sure that we secure those things. So the IT and employees would definitely have a lengthy training session here when it comes to this new software. Next, we have our executive management and our new employees. Well, new employees, it's a little bit more spread out than the executive, because with everything else with new employees that they have to learn here at Taters, not just how Taters run as far as how we produce things, how we send things out, but we also have to teach them the software system that we have as well. So that's why it's a little bit longer than the executive management. Executive management is a little bit shorter, considering the workload there is more so just getting out and understanding the interface of the new software. Okay, last but not least, we have email. And email to any company is important because why? That's our number one means of communication. Email. We have to make sure that our email is working. With this new interface we've been to, email has been taken to a whole nother level. You're able to video chat through email. You're able to real-time chat through email. You're also able to set up conferences, do your regular emails that you send out to different groups. So we want to make sure that the email itself is set into training where that might be a little bit separate because it requires a little bit more, and we want to dig into that because that's our number one means of communication here in the company. All right, so now that looking at our timeline in a graph, let's put it in wording so you guys can better understand where I'm going here. Okay, so we're in the month of December. So as of right now, everyone is going on leave. People are going home. It's Christmas coming up. So let's not put more on people's plate than what they can handle right now. Okay, so we're going to jump start this in January. We're going to begin was sending out emails notifying all employees of Tater Incorporation of the plan to switch to this new operating system. So this is just a notification, a fair warning, that little label that goes across a computer or your TV screen. Warning, well, this is what's about to occur. Okay, so in February, we're going to begin with the PowerPoint presentation on different days with different divisions within a department. And it's going to be reiterating what the emails have put out. So this type of training is what we call like a seminar style group demonstration, where we'll have an instructor that comes and shows us the software and how it works, and then and how often we want to perform tasks with a live demonstration. So we're going to take about groups of 20 to 50 ever so often, and that's going to be all condensed in the month of February. Okay, so next we have March, April, and May. Now, this is where the big chunk of this training is going to happen. Okay, this is going to be down to the nitty gritty, hands-on training with this new system. Okay, so we're talking about Wizards mock light operating systems on desktops to give employees training. So this type of training, of course, is called the hands-on classroom style. So we're going to have an instructor that leads and shows the users how the software works and how often to perform common tasks. With users performing these tasks themselves in a lab/classroom setting. Each user or pair of users has a computer, so they're able to practice. The classes will be about 15 to 30, tend to be often effective. So that's how we plan on getting it. Now, the reason why we gave it March, April, May, because again, like I said, hands-on training is best. So with the email, as we said, that was a big chunk, the new email system, and then just the software in itself. We want to make sure we give our users, our employees here, ample enough time to learn, to dig in there, to get their hands on it, to feel around and ask questions if need be. So that's why we gapped such a large amount of time, so that way we can properly train. Okay, so next we have June and July, and pretty much June and July is just our wrap-up months. That's just the months for questions or any errors that we need to take care of before the rollout date. Okay, so this is any hiccups, any security malfunctions that we have going on. If the email system is not working seamlessly, IT needs to go in and make any type of corrections that need be. Okay. All right, so drum roll, please. The rollout date is August 28th. That is our expected date that we plan to roll this out. It gives everyone ample enough time to learn the system, to get it down good, and just to be overall comfortable with it. All right, so to sum up everything here in all, what we want. What do we want by launching UBANTU? We want to make this training effective and fun for our employees. Not just, another boring training. No, 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 no. We want to make this fun. We want to make this innovative. We want everyone to feel comfortable about this switch. We don't want it to feel like a hassle, okay? We want this transition, and like I said, we don't want it to be a nuisance. We want it to be an enjoyable experience and something that they actually are looking forward to instead of it being a drag. So yeah, I really feel like by switching over to this new software, we're taking Taters to a whole nother level and a whole new interface. And I just want to say thank you to you guys for just giving me the opportunity to come in front of you today and give you this and give you this presentation. So if I don't have any questions, again, my name is Quandra. Feel free to reach out to me if you need be, and so that way we can answer any questions that you may have. Okay? All right. You guys have a great one. Thanks for coming.